Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video where I'm going to introduce to you this one. This is from Cosmetics, also of course now after the rebranding known as Unearthly Cosmetics. I received this in PR and this is the Smells Like Holiday Spirit collection. Now this is how it comes. In a gorgeous box and so nicely arranged, really pretty. And of course these are just the empty boxes because I have the actual products right here in front of me, because there is of course the palette, and then we do have 3 lip glosses that I'm going to show you in just a second. So this is what the palette looks like, and together with this one there was also a different collection that launched, which is the Into the Dark collection, which I'm also going to get shortly, and you shall see that here featured in whatever capacity also shortly, okay? Whenever I'm getting around to working with everything. Okay, sweeties, this is the palette, and we're going to use this. I've done 3 looks, including this one with the palette already. The other 2 looks you're going to see later on in the video. And of course we do have those lip glosses here, which I also wear today, and also the other 2 that I'm not wearing today, I wear in the other 2 looks that you will see in pictures. Okay, so that is what you're getting here today, the review of this whole collection. Beyond that, of course, I'm going to talk to you about something really fun that I've been waiting to do for quite some time while I'm creating this look. I want to talk to you about a couple of things on my bucket list, and I think that's just really a light and fun thing to talk about. So that is what we're doing. Beyond that, of course, if you're new here, I'm Leorah. I'm a makeup artist and stylist. I'm living for colorful makeup and colorful styling. So please feel free to check out my channel and my social media, which is linked down in the description box, so you can see what I'm up to and what I'm capable of, and please subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love to have you here. Okay, sweeties, without further ado, let's go in the video, enjoy some friendship time, and after that, of course, as always, I'm going to see you here again for the review part, but you will before that also get, of course, to see the other 2 looks and also the swatches of the palette. So let's go right into it. Okay, sweeties, hi and good morning from me to you, and no matter when you're seeing this, but for me it's morning. Okay, sweeties, we are of course using this one, as you know, and I want to go in with the greens because I have saved them till last because I wanted to. I was so looking forward to it, and sometimes I just also want to film with them, even though these are the looks that I want to do first, you know? So I'm saving that so I can film that, because usually my green looks are the ones that I love the most. Okay, so let's just go in with the darkest shade first, which is this one. In this case, this is the shade Pine. Alright, so let's just go in and pack that on and see how it goes. I want this to be dark and intense and very green, and maybe I'm also going to add some random glitter or something, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Of course you know that already because you saw me in the intro, but in any case I want to talk to you about a couple of things in my bucket list. Kinda, you know, it's not that serious. I don't really have a bucket list, but of course, as everybody, I'm sure, and also I am thinking about the things that I still would like to do in my life, what I would like to experience still. You know, there are a million things, and some of them are not suitable to speak about here, but some of them are. So in any case, so I'm going to talk about a couple of them. I have quite a bit that I actually would like to talk about, so I don't know if I'm going to do that, all of that today. It depends how fast the look goes, basically, you know? So, but you know, I can always talk about it also in upcoming videos. So let's start. Okay, so the first thing that I actually really would like to do, and I think for a lot of you this is gonna be, yeah, of course, we saw that coming, and I kind of also have said it a couple of times already in videos, you know, is that I would like to have my own brand. Now, what stops me from that is my time. It is actually really my time. Wait, I need to find a different arrangement here because I'm kind of always bending around to the palette. It is my timing, you know, because my kids are still quite small and they're very high maintenance when it comes to me and the time involvement and everything. And now just imagine, I'm not worried about creating things, you know, creating palettes, creating whatever I want to offer in my own makeup brand or beauty brand. I have a lot of ideas, and I think creating palettes would be a wonderful thing for me, you know. But the thing is, just imagine I'm launching something, and then in my big family, if you don't know, I have 7 children, and of course husband and animals and so on and so forth, someone gets sick and it spreads through the family, and I have a launch coming up, and or I have just launched something, and then everybody gets sick, and I will not be able to handle the customer service, the shipping, the packaging, the packing, and all of that. Just imagine the outrage. Just imagine the outrage. Because I know, wait, I need to work. Let's go in with Evergreen, which is this shade. Just imagine the outrage. And I don't know if there are some brand owners watching here. I'm sure you could give us feedback on that. The outrage of people if they don't hear back from you within like a day with whatever question they have, you know, like the answer for that question. And then the backlash on social media, because right now, like in this world, everything immediately gets taken to social media, and then you have a bad reputation like in no time, and everything gets blown out of proportion. And really it is just because I'm just a human person who has 7 children, and they have to come first, you know. So what I'm gonna do, that is not going to change for quite some time, and that scares me so much because I need to protect myself, you know. It can go well for you, it can absolutely go well for you, but then again it can also turn into a very, very negative place in a heartbeat, and that is super, super scary. So that is basically something that that I'm dreading, and that is what stops me. I do have people who would help me financially to pull off a brand, you know. I think I also would have the support as much as possible of a lot of people, like my family in any case, but also a lot of people who already said, well, I would definitely buy everything that you're launching, which is so sweet. You don't have to, but you know, but that is so sweet. But I'm like, boy oh boy, what if something goes wrong, you know? That is really what stops me, because right now I know that my children and my family are taking up the most time of my day, you know. That's just what it is, and that is not going to change for quite some time still. And I cannot put them on hold, you know, because they are here. The brand I can put on hold, and I don't know. Now there are different options, of course. One could what is it called now? Outsource. I think one could do that. I've also spoken with one of my besties who is very, very good in stuff like this. We've actually brainstormed about that, and I think she told me that Odin's Eye is doing that, for example. They're not shipping themselves, they're outsourcing, and that is something that I would definitely consider, because I don't think I could do it, you know. So we shall have to see, but in any case, so that is definitely something that is on my bucket list that I would really, really like to go for at some point, you know. Also maybe because at some point people will be sick and tired of seeing me here. So maybe at some point I will just then have my brand, you know, instead. So I'm going in with the yellow. You probably noticed that is the shade Smile, and I'm just using this to blend out the green. This is a very predictable look, but then again, that's what it is. Okay, so I'm basically just yeah, blending out the 2 greens here with the yellow shade. All right, then the next thing on my bucket list is actually something where you're gonna say, really, Leorah? That is actually, I would like to find my first boyfriend. I would like to find him again, because I really liked him a lot. And I know the last time I spotted him, kinda, he was living in Berlin, Germany. He had married for the 2nd time. I don't know anything about children at that point, but we were actually in touch right after he had married his second wife. He was divorced before. And we were together, we were dating, and we were a couple when I was like, he was a year older, so I was, I think, 13 till 15. That is the time when we were together, and the first whole year we spent only writing letters. Do you remember the time when people still wrote love letters? That is what we did for the whole first year, and we got to see each other maybe, I don't know, every couple of months for a weekend. Yeah, that was such a cool time, you know. It was just so like adorable, you know. And I'm kind of like, I would really like to see him again, see what happened to him, see how he looks now, if he looks anything like his father used to look. So he would look a little bit like a dark-haired Santa Claus because this is how his father looked. But he was really pretty when he was young, you know. So yeah, in any case, I would really like to meet him again. I don't know why he stopped the contact. Maybe his new wife forbade him to be in touch with me, or I don't know, now that I'm on social media, that it might also be that he's just completely freaked out, like what I'm doing here or something. I have no idea. But yeah, that is definitely something where I think, well, wouldn't that be cool, you know? Just to like see what happened to him, what happened to me, and all of these things. I think that if he would know that I have 7 children now, he would probably be like, boy, am I glad I didn't marry you. Yeah, but because back then, that's years and years ago, when we were in touch, I think I had just given birth to my first set of twins, which means that I had 3 children back then, you know. I don't think he knows anything beyond that. So that is so funny. I would love to talk to him, you know, and to see him and to see his children and to also see his wife and stuff. So yeah, so that was that. In any case, that was my second piece or second item in my bucket list. Of course, it's not that serious, you know. I will live out my life without ever seeing him again or whatever, but it's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's also my age now that I'm kind of like thinking back and like re-evaluating stuff, and I don't know. So I'm basically just thinking about my life, and also sometimes, you know, how could things have gone if we wouldn't have split, which was my mistake or my choice back then. I think he was very hurt by that, but I was stupid. I listened to the wrong people. But yeah, all right, so in any case, that was that. I'm basically just trying to blend these greens together. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, so the third item on my bucket list is I want to go to Scotland. I want to go to Scotland. Sweeties, is here anyone from Scotland who is watching me? Please let me know, because maybe you don't know, I found out maybe 2 years ago that I actually have Scottish roots from my mom's side, because it is actually one of my brother's greatest passions to do like research in the family history, and he found out that actually, I think at the end of the 15th century, is that true, or was it the 16th? I don't know. Don't remember now. My ancestors from my mother's side left Scotland and settled in Germany. They had to flee, so that's what they did. And I think that would be so cool to just like see the places where they might have been, you know. I think that would be so cool. I would love to see Scotland. I would like to travel. Like right now, world is crazy. Nobody gets to travel much, at least not we only have one airport and that one is closed. So we're staying where we are. but I would love to travel in general, to see something of this beautiful world and not be stuck in one place all the time. And of course now again my family comes into the picture, because what are they gonna do if I take off traveling, because of course they need me to run their lives. But that would be so nice, you know. So if you're from Scotland, don't like it. Don't mind me coming by, because I might just have to do that, you know. I might have to move in for a couple of weeks and yeah, do some beauty YouTube in Scotland. That would be so cool, you know. I would really like that. Okay, so we basically talked already about all the things. No, there's one more thing for today. And that is actually something that I've been thinking about only recently. You know, because I do have a cat. I have Oreo. We saved him 1.5 years ago. He had been dumped in a garbage dumpster right across from our home, and when my husband took out the garbage, he heard a baby cat crying, and then we took him out, and then we had him. Okay, so I raised him with a syringe. He was only 10 days old, about 10 days old when we got him. Only one eye was open, the other one was still closed, and the ears were still like folded in and stuff. So he was really young, and he had about 50% chance of survival. And we raised him, you know, and I did like night feedings like every 2 hours with the syringe and all of that. So we have a long history going back, and ever since then I'm a cat person, you know. Wait, I'm gonna go in with the shimmer, which is wait, what is this? Rebel, I think, Rebel. It's a tiny little bit hard to read because there is this pattern here, you know, of the packaging basically. So, but I think it's the shade Rebel. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Rebel, which is a green shimmer, and I'm going to, ooh, yeah, I'm going to put that here. All right, sweeties, what would I like to do is now, with my big love for cats, and I constantly feel also that when I'm walking outside, when I'm walking my kids from the parking lot to the school, and I see the stray cats, the street cats, you know, outside and the garbage dumpsters and stuff like that, I feel so for them, you know. I feel like, come home with me. Come home with me. I want to turn into the crazy cat lady. Can I please? This is so funny because actually people are starting to laugh at me, because they're like, you have your hands full with 7 children. You just raised a whole bunch of rescue rabbits and gave them new homes. What, now you're bored? You know? So I'm not bored. I'm absolutely not bored. Sometimes I'm thinking like, how am I going to get through the day with all the million things that I have to do today, you know? But I also feel like, boy, I could run a shelter. I could run a shelter for like, you know, street cats or something, and try to get them into homes, or I don't know, just give them a home myself. I kind of really like that. Don't judge. I'm just such a cat lady now. It's not like, you know, I used to always be camp dog lovers and horse lovers. I am still. I have a lot of places in my heart to love different things, you know. But I rarely see stray dogs, like street dogs, running around. It happens too, but not very often. It's like once a year or something, I don't know. And then usually it is just because the dog escaped from some kind of a home. It's not because it is actually a street dog, you know. That doesn't really happen so much here where I live. So I just feel so for these pure souls of those street cats, you know. And also when I go, I always go by and talk to them, and I'm like, yeah, that's how I am, you know. Or like my heart reaches out, you know. Also, if I'm not talking to them, my heart reaches out kinda to them, and I'm so hurt by when they flinch away. because they are so used to being treated badly, you know, that like people kick with their feet at them or throw stones at them or I don't know what. And it just hurts me, you know. I want God's creation to feel safe and to feel cherished. I just feel it's all God's creation. Do we need more street cats? Do we, like, is it a great thing that we have them? I wish we wouldn't have. I wish they would all have homes. That would be my, you know, I would love that. So that is that. That's what I'm going to share for today. I'm going to still fine tune this look a tiny little bit and do the other eye. And then of course we're going to meet here for the swatches, and you will see all the other looks that I've done with this palette already. And of course afterwards with the review part. So stay tuned. Okay, my lovelies, here we are, of course, for the review part. And let us maybe talk about the palette first of all before we zoom in, and I'm going to show you the look a little bit closer, and I will also tell you, of course, how I finished the look. Okay, so you do have cardboard packaging. You do have a really cutesy execution of a holiday theme, I want to say, which is, you know, this is how I lounge around during the holidays always, you know. Okay, so this is how it looks. And of course here you do have the palette, which is a very, very nice and colorful palette. And of course you do have very nice depth in the palette. You do have mattes and shimmers, you do have a mirror, you do have shade names, and you do have, of course, everything here on the back side. You have everything on the back side, you know, all the information and the ingredients and all of that. Okay, so that is what you're getting here. And of course here, let's also look at the lip glosses. You do have, of course, a color scheme that is very, very curated. You do have this looks so not elegant, but I don't know how else to hold them. Okay, sweeties, you do have one that is a little bit more nude, and then the other two are, this one is sparkly and this one is, of course, without sparkles, and this is the one that I'm wearing today. Okay, so this is what you're having. Let's maybe quickly talk about that, because then we can put those to the side and actually talk about the eyeshadow. So these are actually really, really nice. They feel very, very good. They apply super well. You do have a doe foot applicator. You know, you have a doe foot applicator, and they don't have a smell, they don't have a taste. Thing is though, with my lips, they bleed a little bit, but that is nothing unusual because all glosses bleed on me, sweeties, because I'm 40 plus, and I do believe that some of you might be able to relate to that. I always use a lip liner and everything. I do everything like it should be done, but just glosses, they bleed on me. So when I think about comparing the satin liquid lipsticks that I reviewed here from Alien Cosmetics, also on my channel, and this, I would choose the satin liquid lipsticks for my age group, because they don't budge. They don't budge, and they're like super, super nice. Yeah, so, but that is maybe something for someone who is a little bit younger. But yeah, so you can see they are also quite opaque for lip glosses, I have to say, and that is what it is. So that is what I can say about those. Unfortunately, they do bleed a little bit. And also, for example, when I filmed my new makeup releases that you saw yesterday, I was also wearing, I think I was wearing the glittery one. It's not really glittery, it's more sparkly than glittery, but I was wearing this one, and also in the middle of filming I just had to like wipe away the bleeding a little bit, you know. So that is just something that happens to people who are not super, super young anymore. But sweeties, we're at our best, you know, we're just getting better. So let's just put those to the side, and let us then also look at the look a little bit closer. So this is how it turned out. Most of it, of course, you saw me creating this in the video. And of course I also added some random glitter. As you can probably see, this is just glitter, random glitter from AliExpress. So I'm not going to super like feature this, but that is what it is. I just like to sometimes add something like this, and this one here in particular comes in a package like this. It's just random glitter from AliExpress, you know, so I'm not going to make a big deal out of that, because it's not. Okay, sweeties, now let us talk about the palette. I have so many Alien Cosmetics palettes because I have been a super big fan for the longest time. As you probably must know, I am really excited to be, for some reason, on the PR list. I am just so thrilled and so honored because really Alien / Unearthly Cosmetics is one of my most favorite indie brands, you know? So, and they have grown so much and they're really rocking it, you know? So, okay, so that is, of course, the palette. I have to say how I'm going to start this. I think also maybe today you saw that the blending between those green shades was actually not that easy. Now, I did not use a transition shade. I could have, of course, gone in with the yellow first and then slowly get darker, but usually I get the best impact of colors when I go in with the darkest color. I do believe that I actually used the wrong brush to apply the first shade. I should have gone in with a smaller brush, but that might just be an error on my part. But I found the blending compared to the other two looks that I've done with the palette a little bit harder today. But again, it could just be that it was my error, okay, because of using the wrong brush, because that can make a world of a difference, believe you me. Okay, sweeties, but overall I think the look turned out super well. I did not have any creasing. I did not have any problems separating or anything, like in general, not only today, but in general. I think also the pigmentation is okay. I do believe that I have other palettes from Alien / Unearthly Cosmetics that are more pigmented. I would put this one sort of mid-range, but I don't know if there's a different formula or not. I have no idea, not informed of that. It's just a feeling that that's what it could be, but I don't know. All right, so then also the shimmers, I'm actually super impressed by the brown, the light brown one, and also this one. These two feel a little bit thinner to me. They're absolutely buildable and look really beautiful, but I feel that they are maybe a little bit less opaque. So you could also use them, of course, maybe as topper shades, but they're not real topper shades. They're real shimmers, but they just feel like they need a little bit more building up. Beyond that, staining, I did not have any staining from the red. I did have some staining from this shade though, but just very gentle, nothing really significant. But I was so surprised that in this, when I used this one in my second look, I did not have a single bit of staining. That was super surprising. Yeah. So that is basically what it is. Overall, also the mattes and also the shimmers feel super smooth, super velvety, no complaints at all. And I really enjoyed it. You know, I expected already to enjoy this because there's really, it would be a super big surprise if I would not enjoy Alien Cosmetics palettes, because I also feel, first of all, that the formula really suits me. Also, these shadows never crease on me, which is kind of spectacular because, as I've already spoken about in other videos, that I feel like with me aging, and if you're new here, I'm very open about this because it is just part of life, and I think it would be very unhealthy to just pretend that we are all staying young forever. So I'm just addressing this very openly because I think it is just a good thing to do, and this is the only thing that is really helpful for people in my age category to hear what I feel, like my true honest opinion, you know? So these don't crease on me. I have heard other people say that sometimes the Alien Cosmetics shimmers crease on them. In my age group, I have to say that for me, they have never creased. None of my palettes from Alien Cosmetics have creased on me. So this is just a formula that works on me. But also beyond that, I feel the color creations and the color stories of Alien Cosmetics are just really nice, you know? So this is, of course, a very nice holiday theme, but it could also just as well be a fall themed palette. Or for me, like in any case, I would use anything, any color scheme throughout the whole year, whatever feels right, you know? So this is what you're getting here. I also feel like you're getting nice depth. I already mentioned that, but also a nice range here, you know, within the different color schemes, because you can, of course, mix those color schemes super beautifully together. I think this is really pretty. And maybe also the first look that you saw in pictures where I actually combined the gray and those berry tones. Sweeties, the gray for me is the secret of the palette. this is what makes the whole color scheme different from other like fall themed palettes, or you know, palettes that are being launched around that time of the year. Now I of course got this late. I know that my American counterparts got this whole collection like early, much earlier, but that is it. So for me it's already January when I'm reviewing this palette. And of course I also have to say that for me personally, I can only do one look per day. I know that other people can do 3 looks per day and just film the whole thing in one day, but I definitely want to also live with my makeup, you know, so that is what I'm doing. So I can also tell you the wear time and everything, because I'm actually wearing my looks from like 4 a.m. till like 8 p.m. or even later sometimes. So I have no problem with fading or with anything. The look stays put and I'm really happy about it. So that is my review. I hope this was helpful for you, and of course leave me your comments in the comment section. I know that some of you have already gotten this whole collection and that you're excited to work with it, and you were also excited of course to see the looks that I'm creating with it. So thank you so much for your feedback and for your support. Beyond that, of course, you will find everything that I have on my face also listed in the description box. And in general, always check out my description box. I have a lot of discount codes with different indie brands. Also, one of them is from Alien Cosmetics / Unearthly Cosmetics. It is listed under Unearthly because I do believe that these releases, the holiday releases, are now the last ones under the Alien Cosmetics name. Okay, so just so you know. Beyond that, I also of course have all my social media linked, and also ways to support my channel, and you know, you check it out, you'll figure it out. And of course, if you're new here and you have not done so, then please subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely be honored to have you. Alright sweeties, this is it from me for today. Please come back for my next video, which is going to be super soon, and up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.